11:15 this morning, operations crews in the city of Bozeman, Montana responded to a report of a sewer backup in the vicinity of Lammy and North Rouse, very close to where we have our shop complex. Upon arrival on the scene, it became very apparent that we had a fairly large water main break, a main that we've had a couple breaks on before. It's a 6-inch cast iron main, and I think it's probably the better part of 80 years old. Was coming out right in the alley of Perkins Place and Lammy Street. We immediately had several crews respond to the scene, got out our maps, all our valves and fire hydrants and manholes are GPS located, and immediately started a shutdown. Crews were somewhat thwarted by the fact that we had a lot of water coming down on them on North Rouse where several valves were located, and we were able to locate those using a magnetic locator. It became very apparent quickly that we were going to shut down one of our elementary schools here in Bozeman, and immediately the Public Works Director along with myself started making contacts with the Bozeman Public Schools Facilities Manager and let him know that we would be shutting down the school's domestic and the school's fire line. We also at that time contacted Bozeman Fire Chief Chuck Wynn and let him know that the school was occupied and that we would have to do the emergency shut the lines down immediately. Bozeman Fire came up immediately to see what it would take in case of emergency to actually attach to the fire domestic connection, what is referred to as the FDC, and they realized very quickly that would be obtainable, so it wasn't going to be a problem to keep school in session. We immediately called a local porta potty company, which got us 3 porta potties in almost 40 minutes. That was a big concern. Fortunately, students were able to cross the street, escorted to the Bozeman Public Library, and use facilities there. We then went ahead and picked up the purified drinking water and made it available to the schools, multiple cases, and also to the 6 other residents that were affected in this shutdown. Simultaneously, one of the longest things you have to wait for is locate. So we did call in an emergency locate. It takes up to 2 hours, and our locate crew, private crew ELM, was on the scene probably within an hour and located that there were several utilities, including a 6-inch gas main. So it's so critical that you have to be patient and that you've got to call in locates. We kept water onto the main at all times. We never depressurized the main. That is critical in a main break, that you can always keep water to the main, not allowing debris or infiltration of groundwater, non-potable sources into the main. We had a repair, and it looks like a portion of the main blew out, and that's when we were able to get down and use our pumps then we could shut down the main fully. And we're in the process now of probably going to remove the pipe from the bell and use ductile iron to replace it and several couplers to do that. We did not use much of a backhoe. We used our vacuum truck. To use the VACON truck, as you hear firing up behind you, is the best way to work around any types of infrastructure. And as you know, we had a small phone line which serves about 10 houses, and we had a 6-inch gas main. So the last thing we want to do is try and find those with a backhoe. And we were able to literally suck debris out on that soil, go over to a manhole and just take the liquid out with our decamp pump on our truck and just stay here and pump all that out. That was called in at 11:15. It's approximately 4:15 now, and we're in the process of cutting out a section, and we're hoping to have that main back in service no later than 6:30 to 7 o'clock tonight. So overall, I thought our operations crew did an excellent job, and as you can see, safety is the biggest part of this job, and they did a great job of safely getting this job done.